Delta Dawn, what's that flower you have on? Could it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today to take you to his mansion in the sky? Hi, and welcome back to 7 Days of Irish Jokes, Day 5, 2021. You join us here today at Nyberg's Ace Hardware in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with my friends from the band The Dueling Duo, Andy Gibson, Dan Witt, and Ryan Merriam, aka Rhino. You may know Rhino from the famous podcast on Facebook called PB&J, or maybe you just know him from some of your worst nightmares.
You mean PB and P&B show, My Kids?
That's them. Yeah. Anyway, today's joke comes to us from Kevin Nyberg. Kevin writes, "Dear 7 Days of Irish Jokes." Patty decides, we're gonna have to shoot this whole joke over. You guys are screwing this up. No. Patty decides that he's gonna do some home improvement. So he goes to Ace Hardware to buy some parts for his front door. He's working on the front hinge when he realizes that he probably has the wrong parts. So he says, "Hey Mary, do you suppose you could run to Ace Hardware and exchange some of these parts out for me?" She says, "Sure, Patty, no problem." So she trots off to the local Ace Hardware. She walks in the front door and sees her friend Carl working at the front counter. But Carl's working with somebody else, so she decides to look around the store. She looks up on the counter and sees this really beautiful teapot. And she says, "Wow, I'd love that teapot for back home at me house." Carl gets done with his customer, so she walks up to the counter and places the hinge and all the parts on the counter. "Carl," she says, "Patty's doing some home improvement and needs to get some parts for this thing. I guess he needs a screw or something for this hinge. I don't know, but something like that. Say, can you tell me about that teapot up there on the wall?" "Oh, that's a beautiful teapot, Mary. It's silver and it's worth $100. "What? That's a lot of money for a teapot." "Oh, it sure is. So, tells me, Mary, tell me about this hinge here. Does you just want a screw for the hinge?" "Oh, no," Mary says. "But I would for that teapot." You guys are supposed to laugh. 7 Days of Irish Jokes, Day 5.